Good morning, Your Highness.
Good morning, Your Highness.
Good morning, Your Highness.
Isaiah 4. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel.
I told you 2 things that have brought these women to astronomical heights of pride. That's the feminism and social media, man. And you can't compete with that. You can't compete with that. Okay? So what's your next course of action? You know it's not going to last forever. Social media and feminism is not going to last forever. What's going to destroy social media and feminism? When all hell breaks loose. Now the ball is going to be in our court. Now these women are going to run us down because they're going to need one thing: guidance and protection. That's where we come in. And it really won't matter what you look like, as long as you're a real man and you can stand in the face of adversity and you have guidance and protection, or they're going to run you down, man. All kind of beautiful bitches are going to run you down, man. It's going to make your head spin. Okay? Come on, brothers. Come on.
I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
They're going to come your way. So much so that you won't know what to do when they come your way. So many of them are going to be coming down, beating down your door, because you have the one thing they don't have. You have stability. Why? Because you have the understanding of this truth, this knowledge, which is going to keep you stable. Isaiah 33:6. The scriptures do not lie, brothers.
Get audio check. All right. All right, first and foremost, I would like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Hakadosh. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who will well and teach well. I say shalom to the hopeful elect and the occupant that push his word and his truth into sincerity across the 4 winds in the names of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. I'm the brother Ainar from the GMS Mississippi camp. I'm back at you another lesson. All right, this lesson is going to be entitled going into the highest value male there is, or the true value, which is the 144, the hopeful elect. All right, the men of this truth, the men of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. All right. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and dive into it. Our brothers, I pray that this lesson is quick, straightforward, and to the point. All right. Let me get precepts brought up. All right. So the first one we'll be diving into is Isaiah 13:12. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. All right. So the man being made more precious than fine gold, and that golden wedge of a fear goes into the finest, rarest, most purest gold of the highest value gold that there is. All right, so let's scroll down to that precept here, and we want to get that word precious here in the blue letter. This is that word precious. All right, in the blue letter here.
Strong's H3365. Yaker.
All right. Yaker. All right. Yaker. All right. To esteem, to be prized, be valuable, be precious, be costly, appraised. All right. To be precious, be highly valued, to be esteemed, to be costly, to be appraised, to make something precious. All right. In 1 second. All right. Let me get this pulled up real quick. Google the definition. All right, real quick Google definition here. What does it mean to make something more precious than fine gold? All right, something being made precious than fine gold in the biblical context often refers to something having greater value, desirability, or more importance than most valuable material possessions. This doesn't necessarily mean that it costs more financially, but rather it holds more spiritual, emotional, and long-lasting significance. All right, desirable, something that a person takes delight in. All right, so we're coming into the times where Yahweh Shema Shai is going to make men more desirable than anything. All right, we're gonna be desired. We're gonna be sought after, and we're talking about the men of this truth. All right, the men of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, the hopeful elect. All right, we're gonna have a greater value because Isaiah 33:6. We'll get that here in a second. Oh, hold on. Well, we're not gonna grab that too fast. Let's go stay in this real quick. Let's read this Isaiah 13:12 real quick. So lock it one more time. Isaiah 13:12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of a fear. All right. So the time in the time of chaos, having a real man is going to be a necessity. And when we're talking about a real man, we're talking about a man of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, having a man of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, a man of this truth. All right, a man of the hopeful elect is going to be more valuable. It's going to be a necessity. All right, mercy, security, wisdom, etc. Everything, all of it is going to have value, but we are above that. We are even above those things because we are the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, the hopeful elect of this time, man. All right. So the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to have more value, and we're going to be more precious in those times because we're going to know what to do. We're going to know what not to do. Salakia. All right, we're going to have the wisdom, the knowledge, and understanding. All right, it's going to be the stability of those times. All right, let's grab that real quick. This is Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of thy salvation. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, is his treasure. All right, and we're gonna get a precept in a second to back that up. All right, the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, is his treasure. All right, that wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability in those times. All right, so the understanding of it as well is that because of feminism and social media and everything like that, all right, true men doesn't seem to have value in this society, but in this time to come, it's going to be understood. That goes into Isaiah 4:1. Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name and take away thy approach. All right. So in those times, the true men of Yahweh Shema Shai is going to be sought after. All right. Because that's the highest value of a male that there is. All right. the men of this truth, the men of Yahweh Bashim Shah. All right. Let's go back to this Isaiah 13 and 12. All right. Let's go over to the book of Sirach real quick. All right. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10. We're going to read verses 21 and 22. All right, the Sirach, the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10, verse 21 and 22. All right, the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, goeth before the obtaining of authority. All right, but the roughness and pride is the losing thereof. All right, the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, goes before obtaining the authority. The fear of the Lord is beginning of wisdom, beginning of knowledge, beginning of understanding, beginning of the holy understanding. All right. When we get that wisdom and knowledge, it's going to be stability. All right. That stability is going to bring authority. All right. We're gonna get that word authority here in a second as well. And ultimately, that authority comes from Yahweh Shema Shah. All right. And which we're going to get the other side of that authority and show you what that means when it comes to the prophets as well. All right. It says, but the roughness and the pride is the losing thereof. So that roughness, when you get pride, you lose. When you start to get pride, man, pride comes before destruction. All right. It says, whether he be rich, noble, or poor, the glory is the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. We just read that. Let's bring it up again. Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, the strength of thy salvation. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, is his treasure. All right. Let's read Ecclesiasticus 10 and 22 again. Whether he be rich, noble, or poor, the glory is their glory is the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. So that fear of Yahweh Shema Shai is going to be that glory. It's going to bring wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Ultimately, having that fear makes us very valuable. All right. It gives us a higher value because it makes us those men of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. Let's grab that word authority real quick. All right, this is that word authority here on a quick Google search. All right, we're going to look at definition 3 here. All right, the power to influence others, especially because of one's commanding manner or one's recognized knowledge about something. All right, so in these times to come, the men of this truth, the men of Yahweh Shema Shai, is going to have that recognized knowledge. All right, we're going to have that control. We're going to have that authority, and ultimately, that's a form of power that has been given to us by Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. That's a form of power that has been given to us by Yahweh Shema Shai. Our fear in Yahweh Shema Shai, that makes us valuable because Yahweh Shema Shai is able to pour into us. All right. We're able to have that understanding on a different level. All right. Again, what makes us valuable is our fear in Yahweh Shema Shai, man. All right. Our fear in Yahweh Shema Shai gives us that ultimate value. Okay. All right. And when we have authority, all right, we even have authority in the times now. All right. Because the people with pride are going to lose the authority that they think that they have. All right. They think that they have authority when it comes to money. All right. When it comes to finances. All right. When it comes to all these materialistic things, they think that they're going to have authority. All right. And those material possessions. All right. If your authority or your power is set in material possessions, man, you don't really have you don't have any authority. All right. You're not a man that's being made precious more than fine gold. All right. Let's get that definition again real quick. All right. It says this is bad. That again, what does it mean for something to be made more precious than fine gold? Something being made more precious than fine gold in a biblical context often refers to something having greater value, desirability, or importance than even the most valuable material possessions. All right. So when you're looking at money, cars, clothes, houses, and all of that old bullshit, man, when this system collapsed, man, all right, you're not going to have any true value outside of that, man. All right, so when all of that shit goes away, what true value do you have, man? You don't have that fear in your heart about Shemal Shah. You have fear in losing those material possessions. All right, so you're not going to be made precious, man. Again. Just to sum it all up, man, that the fear in Yahweh Shemal Shah is what makes us valuable, man. All right. Let's go get that word authority real quick. Let's go back to that word authority. All right. Again, it says one recognized knowledge about something. All right. And that fear in Yahweh Shemal Shah is beginning of knowledge, beginning of wisdom, beginning of the holy understanding. And as we read in Isaiah 33:6, that wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of those times. All right. And if you don't have stability, what power? You're powerless, man. You don't have any authority. You don't have any value. All right. Because you don't have your ultimate fear in your Yahweh Shemal Shah. All right. Let's go back to the book of Sirach. Got two more, and then we're going to close out. I praise the listeners edifying to you as well. All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 10. We're going to read verse 24. Great men, judges, and potentates, all right, which goes into a form of a form of ruler, all right, shall be honored, yet there is none of them greater than he that feareth Yahweh Shemal Shah. All right. So none of those, any of the great men, the judges or the rulers or any type of monarchs of this world that niggas seem to idolize and honor, they're still, none of them are greater than the men that fear Yahweh Shemal Shah. All right. None of them are higher value than the true men of Yahweh Shemal Shah, the true men of the truth, the hopeful elect. All right. The men of Yahweh Shemal Shah. All right, none of them, we even the men that fear Yahweh Shemal Shah are greater now. All right, it may not seem like it because the society and everything like that is still moving and everything like that. But with the time to come, you're gonna see that the men of Yahweh Shemal Shah are the highest value men that there is. All right, and grab one more, then we're gonna close it out. And go back to the blue letter. Go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1 and verse 10. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1 and verse 10. See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant. All right. Again, see, I have to this day set thee over the nations. All right. And over the kingdoms. So Yahweh Shemal Shah put Jeremiah over the kingdoms, all the kingdoms, the kingdoms of the earth. All right. To root out, to pull down, to destroy, to throw down, to build and to plant. And what that is symbolic for in these times is that the prophets have true rank. All right, the prophets have true value. All right, because through the spirit of Yahweh Shemal Shah, first and foremost, all right, we are telling these niggas exactly what they gonna do and how they gonna do it. All right, that's through the power of Yahweh Shemal Shah. All right, you might know the intricacies of every single move. All right, they don't even know that. Yahweh Shemal Shah knows that. But ultimately, Yahweh Shemal Shah is through us, speaking through us and telling them exactly what they're gonna do, man. All right, when it comes to Jacob's trouble, all right, the C-hip, the MOTB, all right, famine of the word, all right, WW3, all right, We're telling these people, we're telling the world exactly what's going to happen through the ultimately and first and foremost, again, through the spirit, the power, and the will of Yahweh B'Shem Shah. All right. And people are starting to see that transition. All right. So again, the prophets have true value, true rank in these times. And Yahweh B'Shem Shah is starting to give us more and more spiritual insight, which goes into having true authority or true power in these times, man. All right, it's all going to be according to our lot and according to the positions and the purpose that Yahweh B'Shem Shah has given us. But ultimately, all that is through we're given that authority in these times, even over these nations, man. Even though your so-called rulers and everything of this nation, we're giving that authority through Yahweh B'Shem Shah. We're telling them exactly what they're gonna do. Again, it's symbolic that shows you that the prophets have true rank, man, have true power. All right, and that's through Yahweh B'Shem Shah. All right, so our praise lesson was edifying to you. All right, till again, I feel like the point's been made. All right, till again, I'm gonna say a ball, Kumar Shala, Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem, Rachakadash, Brakatham, Shalom.